Hello, everyone. This is Peter, and today I'm going to be talking to you about how there is a real estate boom during a time of record high unemployment rates, an economic crisis, really. And juxtaposed to that, we are experiencing record high stock market prices in the S&P 500, on the NASDAQ, and on the Dow. Not to mention Zoom, Tesla, Netflix, all these companies are experiencing record highs. And now the stock market, although undervalued relative to these indices, are booming. And many first-time home buyers aren't able to buy. Not to mention, most people have lost their jobs. I mean, right now we're at an unemployment rate of around 6.4%. And that's coming out of our high in April of 14%. Huge, crazy. I'll show you right here. This is our unemployment rate right now. This is in the past year. Our highs were 14.8% and our lows were 2.5%. And that was before the plague, as they call it. So let's get right into it and see maybe as to how we can understand that we are experiencing this 14% year-over-year growth in the median sale price in the U.S. housing market. Let's get right into it. All right, everyone. I just want to thank you so much for tuning in and listening to this channel, the Peter Vivas channel, and also the Peter Vivas podcast. And in addition, if you've checked out the Pineapple Chunks podcast, definitely purchase some of our merch. We have some of these fire shirts, the 2020 charts. This is Dumb Money. Thank you very much, Dumb Money, for that merch. Nonetheless, don't forget to like the video and subscribe. And if you don't like it, then tell me why or dislike it, and I love that. So let's just go ahead and talk a little bit as to some reasons that there is a boom in the median sale price and just the overall U.S. housing market, and what areas are stronger than others. So due to the fact that we've been experiencing this virus this past year, you've seen a lot of people wanting to social distance. Many people have been looking to basically move from very compact areas and into more spacious areas. Not least the fact that we're working remotely. At least one part of the economy is working remotely, working at home, looking at their house all the time and wondering, how can I make my home better if I'm going to be here 24/7 in a sense, or at least be working here as well? And not to mention that some gyms are closed. Offices are now starting to reopen, but people are desiring to actually stay home. But that still doesn't answer the question as to, for example, now there is an economic crisis. I mean, we still have record high unemployment rates. I mean, this is where we are today, just above 6%, just below 7%. So around 6.5% unemployment. And we're still experiencing these record high booms. I mean, that really just shows the separation in the economy in working class people. So there's the white collar workers who basically aren't experiencing any form of an economic crisis. And then there's the other side who are wondering if their unemployment checks are going to last them, till they get a job, or till the economy reopens, till cities or jobs and things that they used to have are coming back to full swing, or the vaccines are rolled out. That being said, look at this growth over the past year. So back in 2018, median home price value was around $279,000. But now, median home prices, this is in November 2020, so we still have a couple months till the data refreshes, is at $335,000. That's a huge growth, right? Now, relative to the stock market, if we pull up the stock market here, let's go ahead and markets, stocks. The stock market is up like crazy. So let's look at the S&P 500, which tracks the top 500 companies in the United States. If you didn't know, now you know. So in the past year, you can see that the stock market has just been booming like crazy. Now, let's see, yearly, 16% growth, right? That's the top 500 companies in the United States. That includes Apple, Microsoft, Facebook, Amazon, Google, Netflix, and just to name a few. And it's already year over year, 16% growth. The U.S. housing market is at 14% growth. Relatively undervalued, and some markets haven't grown as fast as others. You know, but even in lockdown cities, you are experiencing growth. But here, Redfin tells you the top 10 metros with the fastest growing sales price. And Delray Beach, Florida is among them. Now, being a Floridian myself, this makes me proud because of the fact that Florida is beautiful. Florida is a wonderful place to be. There's many opportunities for you to be social distance and still be in the sun. 43.5%. And so, like, if you're one of these lucky folks who are working from home, you don't have to be cooped up in a lockdown city like New York or Los Angeles or San Francisco and then be locked in at paying these super high rental prices, every month, or your mortgage on some of these units. And, what we were seeing before the pandemic is there was a lot of bidding wars amongst these metropolitan areas, these metropolitan condos. And the reason that we saw this is because of one thing and one thing only. The reason that so many people go to these big cities, so many people go to these amazing towns like New York, San Francisco, even Miami sometimes, but more so New York and San Francisco, is location, location, location. Everybody asks, how's the commute? How am I going to get to work? But for people who have jobs, they don't have to worry about that anymore because they can work from home. And so they're opting out of these big city places where they were renting out some apartments that might have been relatively small relative to what you could get. So if you're renting out $2,500 a month or $3,500 a month in a city like New York, you could just go out of the city or even come to Miami and find a home that you can rent out, like a 3-bedroom, 2-bath for $3,500 a month. Probably around $4,000, but then you get that extra room. You get a place where you can make a home gym, a home office. You might have a backyard. You're in the sun. You don't have to worry about snow. Excuse me. And that's the huge benefit as to being able to work remotely, because you don't have that problem of location, location, location. How close am I to the office? How am I going to get to work? And so now, like I said earlier, this is a real split within the economy between white-collar workers and everyone else. And, people who are white-collar workers who still have a job, they're not experiencing an economic crisis. They are just seeing these things on sale. Like, they're seeing a sale, they're seeing a deal relative to the long-term growth of these, the potential of, like, say, assets like real estate, or people who just want to rent out in a new location, right? So another reason that might be contributing to the fact that there's huge demand for housing right now, especially single-family homes, is the housing supply. The months of supply, right here, it says 1.6, means that the housing supply that we have is only going to last about 1.6 months. So that increases prices. When there's less supply, the demand typically shoots up because people still need to find a place to live. Now, granted, I'm not a financial advisor or a lawyer or an accountant, so take this with a grain of salt. I can't advise you for anything, but I am a real estate agent, and this is some interesting stuff. So number of homes for sale has decreased year over year by 38%, but the prices of homes has increased. So that means there's less buyers, but there are still bidding wars. but it's much more spread out because people are leaving metropolitan cities and moving to new areas where there's more potential for growth or gives them more space or bang for your buck. So I hope this was a little bit enlightening for you who might have been wondering how is it that people are starving and there's still like record high stock market prices, record high, real estate prices. We mainly focused on real estate today, but please don't forget to subscribe. If you like this video or you don't like it, just comment below and let me know. And yeah, I hope you have a wonderful, wonderful year. And I'll be continuously putting out more videos like this in the future. And you all have a great day.